It's been a year since I started my author and book accounts, and here's what I've learned the hard way so you don't have to. Hi, I'm Michael. I'm a fantasy and sci fi author and book nerd. I launched my debut solarpunk sci fi novel in September and have a contemporary fantasy coming out in August. I'm also a director of content marketing, so some of that experience will come out in these insights. Let's look at base progress first. On TikTok, I've reached almost 1,800 followers, and Instagram is a bit less sexy at around 230, and I'll speak to why. I started YouTube Shorts a way later and have reached about 100 subscribers there. It's nothing crazy, but even that has driven sales and it showcases steady growth, which I think is the case for most people because most of us don't get a viral video, don't get explosive growth. So, first insight, the type of content that has gotten the most followers for me is centered on writing advice and insights. I try to focus much of that advice on sci fi and fantasy, so I'm attracting writers in that genre who are also likely readers in the same genre. The content that's gotten the most views is more of a mix of writer content and book review or ranking or recommendation content. Next up, the content specific to my own books that performed best was a mix of aesthetic or vibe videos with cool photos, as well as text and B roll video of me with the book and text on screen where I'd share a quick hook. Similar carousels did pretty well here too. I also had a couple of face to camera videos do pretty well that explained more interesting elements of the book, like world building origins or characters. Another thing I've learned is that early engagement on posts is critical. I'm still figuring out how to master this, but a strong hook drastically increases views and engagement. And early engagement on a post in comments, in likes, in shares encourages the algorithm to expand that video's reach. I said this in another recent video, but it's important to tailor content for the channel and to recognize they will not function the same. Instagram has been glacial as far as its growth relative to TikTok, thanks to a more finicky algorithm. But the engagement and audience I've built there is generally more reliable than TikTok as far as seeing and engaging with content goes. One of the most important lessons I've learned is to be patient and persistent. Growth can be slow. Sometimes it feels like you're clawing your way for every inch. The algorithm may just decide it hates you one day, despite following what worked well before. But press on, and that growth slowly starts to compound. And you never know when you might strike gold with a post that goes further than you expected. But other authors, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from your time on social?